Hi, my name is Kubeir and welcome to my channel. What a day it has been. So much excitement, so much positivity, so much news, so many things happening. Great day. Well, to start with, obviously by now you already know that all valid COPR holders can now travel to Canada. That just takes the cake. Unbelievable news. We've been all waiting for something like this to happen for such a long time. This shows that Canada is finally reopening its doors. It's the first phase of reopening, and this just absolutely made my day. But this we've already discussed this morning in a different video. This video is about the quarantine exemption that has been now extended and the date has been announced, and also to talk about the ban of the flights between India and Canada, which have been extended for 1 more month. First things first, we'll talk about the ban. Canada has now announced that they have extended the direct flight ban between India and Canada. So direct flights between India and Canada will not be allowed. They are still suspended, and they will be suspended until for 30 more days, which would then basically be around 21st of July. This was already indicated based on several information that we've been receiving from on the Air Canada website, and then Air India went and canceled their flights. So this was already expected and we already knew. However, Canada has decided not to extend the flight ban from flights coming from Pakistan. So as far as direct travel from Pakistan is concerned, that has now been resumed. However, all passengers who are traveling will still need to take their COVID test. The negative, they will need to have a negative RT-PCR test before they are traveling to Canada, which was the regular requirement. And this has a lot to do with the Delta variant of the COVID virus, which has also been showing some very serious numbers in Canada. So I guess this is just being cautious and applying a cautious approach. They do not want this to get out of hands at this point of time. So probably they wanted to extend this for 1 more month just to make sure that things are going to be kept low. The good news is, on the other side, is that we can expect that this will only be for 1 more month and it won't be extended further, because there are so many things being attached to it. Air Canada has started taking bookings for flights towards the end of July. Air India is taking flights booking from end of July. So we have a bit of an indication that this is on the positive side of things, as in the flights will resume. The direct flight between India and Canada will resume from the end of July. So that's the positive silver lining, if you want to call it, about this particular news. This obviously does put a dent in a lot of people's plan, because a lot of international students, a lot of workers, a lot of families who have been separated were planning to travel at the earliest, but because of this has become an issue. If you are looking to travel, you can still travel if you find an indirect route to come to Canada, with the condition that you can take an RT-PCR COVID test at the last point of departure that is connecting your flight to Canada. So that is the requirement. Ethiopia had turned out to be a great alternative route. However, we understand effective 18th of June, Ethiopia has suspended e-visas and visas on arrivals. That basically makes that particular route not viable anymore. People have still been traveling via Mexico, via Serbia, and I also hear via Belgrade. Consult your travel agent, figure out the proper route. Do not get caught in any of these transit points if you're not holding the correct document, but it's a risk to take. I would say just hold back for a month. I mean, we all know that things should start looking better and getting better. Now to part 2 of this video, and that is about the quarantine exemption that was announced earlier. This goes in effect from the 5th of July, which basically means travelers who are exempt from any travel restrictions, who can travel to Canada, will now be able to come to Canada and will not have to undergo the mandatory hotel quarantine or the 14 days quarantine if they are fully vaccinated. And by fully vaccinated, it means that they have taken their 2 doses of the approved vaccine, approved by Government of Canada, and they should have taken this vaccine at least 14 days before they are traveling to Canada. Passengers will still need to have a quarantine plan, just in case they are not fulfilling the requirements, just in case that on arrival, when the COVID test is taken and God forbid the test results are positive, then they will still need to have an isolation plan, a quarantine plan. They will also need a pre-departure COVID test. Once they arrive in Canada, they will have to undergo an on-arrival RT-PCR COVID test. And if the test results are negative, then you're free to go wherever you wish to, and there is no quarantine for you. Now, let's quickly go through the media release that was issued by the Government of Canada on their official website. And as far as the news release is concerned, it says that beginning of 5th of July 2021 at 11:59 p.m., fully vaccinated travelers who are permitted to enter Canada. When they say who are permitted to enter Canada, it basically means all permanent residents, all citizens, all new immigrants, all workers, all international students, or rather everybody who were exempt from any travel restrictions. So if you are already exempted from travel restrictions, you have your authorization to travel, you were allowed to travel anyways, then you will be able to travel, and this exemption of vaccination will apply to you as well. Okay, so it says here they will not be subject to the federal requirement of quarantine. In order to be considered fully vaccinated, a traveler must have received a full series of vaccine or a combination of doses at least 14 days prior to entering Canada, which is very important. So you cannot just take your second dose of the vaccine 3 days, 4 days, 5 days before traveling to Canada and expect to be exempted. This should be at least 14 days. And currently these vaccines that have been approved by Government of Canada are, as you can see, Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Covishield, and Janssen and Johnson. So basically, for people who are coming from India, extremely important to note that Covishield vaccine is approved. It is already on the list. You will have to carry a copy of your vaccination certification. It can be a paper copy or a digital copy, and you will have to electronically upload it to the ArriveCan app before your arrival in Canada. This is extremely important, and you will still need to have a suitable quarantine plan. Now, to talk about people who have not been vaccinated or who are traveling with an unapproved vaccine or who have taken only one dose of vaccine. What is the government saying about such cases? For travelers who are not fully vaccinated, there are no changes to Canada's current border measures. They must continue to adhere to the current testing and federal quarantine requirements which have been in effect. Unvaccinated air travelers must also book a 3-night stay at a government authorized hotel before their departure to Canada, and they will basically have to continue with their quarantine plan. So what this means, and this is to clarify this confusion that a lot of people have got, is that if you do not have a vaccination, or if you haven't been vaccinated, you can't travel. It isn't so. This is not true. This is not correct. You can travel to Canada even if you are not vaccinated. You can travel to Canada even if you have received only one dose of your vaccine. You can travel to Canada even if you have taken unapproved vaccine shots. It's absolutely fine. You can travel. There is nothing which stops you from traveling. Of course, you have to be exempt from the travel restrictions. That obviously is the first criteria. But if you are not vaccinated, not fully vaccinated as per the requirements, you will have to undergo the quarantine requirements. A lot of people have been confused about this. So this video should basically clarify all your doubts. The link for the official media release is in the description box below, so you don't have to worry about it. Well, that's all from me for this update. If you would like to book an appointment to discuss your application, your case one-on-one, then this is the link. Check this link out and make an appointment, and I'll be happy to talk to you about your application. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Do follow us on Instagram because we do post a lot of interesting stories there. That's all from me today. Good night, take care, and I shall see you next time.